They didn't reject her once, not twice, but 23 times before someone said yes. Annika stepped off the plane in Toronto with a heart full of dreams and a laptop wrapped in a towel. It was the only way she could keep it safe in her tiny backpack. She had no job, no contacts, and barely any savings. What she did have was a computer science degree from India, a brilliant mind, and an unshakable belief that hard work would eventually pay off. Her first home was a shared basement with 4 strangers, the kind of place where water leaked when it rained and the heating never worked. She worked part-time at a local grocery store, stacking shelves in silence, all while applying to tech companies every night. Resume after resume, rejection after rejection. Some rejections were polite, others were automated. A few never even replied. "You lack Canadian experience," they all said. "How do you get Canadian experience if no one gives you a chance?" By the 10th rejection, doubt crept in. She started questioning her accent, her background, even her worth. One evening, she stared at her reflection in a cracked mirror and asked, "Was leaving home a mistake?" But Annika wasn't built to give up. She joined a local coding boot camp, not because she needed the skills, but because she needed Canadian credentials on her resume. She stayed up till 3 a.m., working on new projects, and started volunteering to build websites for small, local businesses, for free. Her 18th job interview was at a mid-level software company. She was so nervous her voice trembled. They told her, "You're smart, but you just don't fit our company culture." She smiled through it, but cried all the way back home. Rejection Dr. 23 came from a startup she really believed in. She'd spent days preparing. They ghosted her. That night she almost booked a return ticket back to India. But something inside her whispered, "One more try." That one more changed her life. She applied to Google, not expecting a miracle, but needing to try. She poured everything into her cover letter. Her journey, her struggle, her raw honesty. Google replied in 72 hours. Her heart nearly stopped. The interview process was brutal. 5 rounds, 3 weeks. She studied harder than she ever had before. In her final technical round, she stumbled. But instead of freezing, she laughed nervously and said, "I don't know this one, but I'll show you how I'd figure it out." That answer sealed it. A week later, she got the offer. She screamed, cried, and called her parents back home. Her mother didn't understand what Google really was, but she knew her daughter had made it. Today, Annika works as a software engineer at Google Canada. She mentors newcomers, helps immigrant women break into tech, and still lives in the same neighborhood, but now in a place where the heat always works. Her story isn't about coding. It's about not quitting, especially when the world tells you no 23 times. Her first day at Google felt surreal. The office was nothing like anything she'd experienced. The glass walls, the bright colors, the quiet hum of a dozen brilliant minds working together. But Annika didn't feel out of place. She felt like she belonged. She met her mentor, Sarah, a senior engineer who had once faced similar struggles. "We're more than code," Sarah told her. "We're the stories behind the code." That sentence stayed with Annika. 6 months later, she was promoted. Not because of her degrees or credentials, but because of her problem-solving under pressure, her empathy, and her relentless curiosity. Now, when people message her on LinkedIn saying, "I got rejected 10 times. Should I stop?" she smiles and replies, "Talk to me when you hit 23. What changed Annika's life wasn't luck. It was persistence powered by pain. She turned every no into fuel, every failure into feedback, and every lonely night into a step forward. Now when she walks past the office buildings downtown, ones that once rejected her, she doesn't feel bitterness. She feels pride, because she didn't need all of them to say yes. Just one. So if you're listening to this thinking, "I'm not good enough," remember, Annika, rejection isn't the end. Sometimes it's just redirection. You only need one door to open. Keep knocking.